Hey everybody, welcome back to Superman Crypto. Your host Superman in the house. Another epic Zen crypto update. And of course, man, we've had fireworks across all the chains. Of course, 10 chains, and of course, amazing. Plus, of course, Bitcoin inscriptions. So not forget about the Zen nights. Very, very exciting. So let's get into what's happened with the markets overnight. Definitely a lot bigger pullback than expected. Expected maybe down to the 50. We got down below the 50 on the Fibonacci. We didn't hit the 61.8, which would have been 4,268. We got pretty close, though. We got down to 4,627. Now, we were aware of some large Zenikans selling down some of their liquid bags, so that was not a surprise. I think even Trayvon mentioned that he's been profit-taking lately, and, of course, that would have been into this for sure. So that is what we had. But we did get a pretty, I think, positive doji candle yesterday, and we've powered out of that today, which is pretty good. And the market's lifting up as well, with Bitcoin rising back up over 28,000. So that's kind of bullish for the markets. So looking pretty good, 6612. And, of course, a bit deeper dip than we expected. But definitely the sell pressure is easily there. There are a lot of people with a lot of circulating supply. That's why we focus on it so much on this channel. But definitely leading into the FENIX launch for Ethereum, this is how many days we've got. And we still had quite a lot of days, if you remember. So we want to prove that up. We've got a Polygon launch for FENIX coming up on the 29th. So it's only a couple of days away. So that's going to give us a good indication around the FENIX, and that could really rally this Zen price on Ethereum as well. So we're going to be watching that very closely to firm up our hypothesis that we were going to get a little bit of a volatility in here, a bit of a range bound, and a bit of a dip as well, and then a rally into the FENIX launch. So that's very important here. So I might make another copy of these and put that in for the 29th there. So that is the Polygon launch. Let's give it different color. And so we'll give it an orange. So as we come in here, obviously volatility, but a dip out and maybe a bit of a U-turn up there. And of course, as we lead into May, we get more time compression. So more time for the market to move up rather than have volatility or move down. So it's definitely the case. So yesterday was opportunity or caution. Well, caution was definitely the outcome for yesterday. And but as we prove up this narrative leading into Polygon launch for FENIX, that's going to hopefully give us some more confidence in the price to move higher. And especially as we got this dip yesterday, but with kind of a bullish butterfly kind of candle there. So bullish out today, though. Let's see what the results are. The last 24 hours, we have got just down slightly, just under 1%, which is not too bad. We're up 17.9% in the last 6 hours, which is good news. And, of course, we've got 598 buys, 60% of the buys trades, and the buy volume about 50-50, but the buys just slightly ahead there, 2.7 million over 2.6 million. And we've got 2.1 million in liquidity there for Zen on each chain. So they're pretty good. Let's jump over to Jack's comment on that. Jack says the number of active users has quadrupled on Zen.network. That's the official website, of course. Community engagement is getting stronger as well. So the community is just growing. That's generally the positive news. So we've been watching these updates, April the 19th there. So, up and away. Look at 147% on active users, up to 49,000. That's pretty neat, man. And up to total of 83,465. So pretty cool. You can see the previous video, previous period was in this dash line going down to 20, but of course we're going up to 80. So massive increase in interest and adoption. Very cool for Zen ecosystem. So growth. Remember, it's still pretty early. What we have about 180 days, something like that. It's not many, 190 days. It's not many at all. So definitely cool. Let's look at DXN. DXN doing pretty well. Let me get rid of all of this in the right place there. DXN there is on the rise. So we're on $47. We have been up obviously around the $68. So that's sort of turning away, down 1.25% on the 24-hour. And we've got $900,000 in the liquidity pool. And we've had 322 trades of the buys. So 72% of the trades have been buys. So a lot of retail play. But the volume's been 504K. So it's actually ahead at 488. So we're at $47 on the DXN, sorry. So definitely on the support lifeline here. So we're watching that potentially to zoom back up. We'll see how we get on. Gas prices have definitely come down too. Let's jump over to Exelon. Obviously, you burn DXN for Exelon, and that is up almost 1% on the 24 hours, up 20% on the 6 hourly. yesterday had a bit of a doji candle as well. Got down as low as 3,126. It's currently at 4,558. So it's up quite decent from that. Buys 105 trades there. 66% of the trades have been buys, and the buy volume there, sell volume just slightly ahead, but we're actually up on the 24 hours there almost by 1%. Liquidity in this pool is 69k, so it's a much smaller liquidity pool, therefore more volatility. The only way you get new XEN, of course, is by burning DXN, which helps this price as well. So kind of cool. Let's move into the big mover though, MXEN, and of course MXEN on Polygon. It has the launch, and you can see the launch here in green. That is the launch for the FENIX. I'm going to actually type FENIX in there just to make that really clear. So that is FENIX launch coming up. That's the first launch of the FENIX big staking protocol. So we're going to have two big dApps, two killer dApps, as it were. We're going to have obviously DBZN, and we're going to have the FENIX both burning through a lot of Zen. So we're looking forward to see exactly what the potential will be. The price obviously rallied. We were down at 1,247 with 6 zeros in front of it yesterday. We're up at 2,137. We're up 35% on Polygon. So a real nice bounce back there. We're not back from the glory moments a couple of days ago when we got up to 3,600, but we're doing not too bad at 2,100 here today. And we'll see where we go off. We're going to have this sort of squeeze into the FENIX. There's a lot of excitement in this zone. It's going to be fun to see this play out and post as well. Buys the news, sell the rumor. We'll see. Or the protocol just requires so much Zen that it helps push the price up as well. We will see how we go there. So the price is up 35%, 1,160 trades, 58% buys, and of course the actual volume, 53% buy volume. Excuse me, $306,000 over 268,000, which is kind of cool. $200,000 liquidity. So still kind of small liquidity, but going up to the upside. Just take that into account. You can get these big giant wicks as well, but looking pretty good. I think this green direction probably going to play out as we lead into that. Seems like inevitable, but obviously not financial advice. Let's go into BZN. BZN doing pretty well also. Obviously, BZN lifting up there from the lows. It's got had 7 zeros, 948. It's now up to 6 zeros, 1527 on the upside, and it's up 70% on the 24 hours. 414 buys, 50% there. But the buy volume now 52% of the buy volume, 64k over 58k. We got a small liquidity pool, 49,000 on BZN, but certainly looking good here. This doesn't launch till after the Ethereum launch of FENIX, so this is still further down the line. We're going to look at that later on when we get the FENIX update. Let's jump over to the GWEI. The GWEI on Ethereum has been, 37 is the average, so it's definitely come down from the 60s, but from a week ago. But the minimum is still 28, so it's still on the higher side. We're in a kind of feels like a quasi bull market for ETH. A lot of good things are happening with the fork, with the use case, and a lot of users using it. So yeah, probably not going to go away anytime soon. So this is probably is pretty decent at the moment. Currently, when I'm posting this video, there's kind of the lower GWEI times typically that we've seen lately. So to think about that too. All right, let's jump over to the Zen Turbo dashboard. Let's do a refresh on this. Now, liquid supply has definitely increased. So that's when it increases, that increases the propensity for the Zen price to go down. So that probably contributed to yesterday, as well as some big whales, sort of selling down as well, large holders. But that's why we watch this so closely. So it is heading up back up to 8784. We had that 41 billion come out the day before, but we had a lot of staking come out. So this staking was up to 1.65, if I remember rightly. That's come down and flooded into liquid supply. So obviously we want more staking. That's going to take stuff out of liquid supply, and we want low mints. So not quite there at the moment, but hey, look, the FENIX Polygon launch should hopefully help with that. Let's go down to the next 7 days. We just had the candle come out, so we've got to absorb that. I can't remember exactly what that was. I think it was 60 or 70 billion Zen. That's just come out. So we had 41. I think it's about 60 billion or give or take. So it's somewhere in that ballpark. And then tomorrow we've got 54 billion coming out. So still relatively low during the week, but still decent. Higher than last week, where we had a pretty low week last week during the week in terms of mints. I think it was 220 billion. We've got more than that this week, but still relatively low. If we have good burning through DBZN, that's probably the trigger there. So kind of cool. Leading into the weekend, of course, we've got 119 billion Saturday and 142 on Sunday. So we're going to need nice burning through DBZN to take that away from the circulating supply at the top here. So keep an eye on that number. It's just propensity, right? It's not inevitable. There are large holders out there that can sell down the Zen price if they so choose, and if that triggers off a sell-off, and that can definitely happen. But it gives us a kind of a fundamental propensity, as it were. If it's heading in the right direction, it gives us a little bit of bit more confidence. Let's have a look at the total supply numbers. So total supply here for the 24th is still the same as yesterday. We haven't got an update. There's probably updating now too after this live stream. So probably come out after I've live streamed. So keep an eye out on that. Hopefully we'll see what that is. But anyway, distribution 57.06%. So pretty similar to yesterday, if I remember rightly. We want to head towards 50%, of course. That'd be very, very cool. But the cool news is that we've got 4.65 trillion burned so far. That is over 30%. So that's the big news today. 30% there burned of Zen on the ETH chain. Pretty cool. And we'd like to see some more staking. So hopefully that happens as well. All right. Let's have a look at some new mints. I didn't look at this yesterday. We'll see if we can see some new mints here. Let me close down some of these other websites and get into new mints. So new mints there, 73,786. So pretty good. Higher Gwei, but people still minting their hearts out. And 73,786 is pretty good. Now, remember, obviously, if you're minting Zen as well, the more people that are minting Zen after you, you get more Zen. So this is kind of good numbers here for you getting a bit more extra Zen and a bit more money every day. So it's kind of cool like that. All right, you can see the Gwei is 37 at the moment. So yeah, 45-day cost coverage at the moment on that one, if you do that long. All right, let's jump away to the Zen main dashboard here to look at DBZen. DBZen at the moment. Let's go to that. And DBZen is, let's have a, where is it going? So let's have a look what we had for the burn yesterday. So the burn yesterday was 51 billion. So it was actually up from the day before, 51 billion. So that's good. 51 is kind of around that 50 billion is kind of the minimum we want every day burning. If you think about how many mints are coming out every day, if we've got 50 billion coming out during the weekday, then we would definitely want to get at least 50 billion to burn through that supply. And today we're up at 11.9 billion so far for today. You can see that the XEN is still being staked and going up and to the right. So people are staking that. So that's kind of cool. I'm just going to look here on that. So that's kind of cool. So yeah, Zen burn chart. Yeah, so hopefully we'll head back up to the right. That's where we want to go to there. And the gas, if the gas keeps down, maybe we might get there with that if the gas keeps around 30 Gwei. Now, the current protocol, yeah, almost 12 billion so far with 12 hours and 45 minutes to go. And that's day 35. So kind of cool. Let's scroll down the bottom here. Look at the current cycle. The top burner at the moment, 6.1 billion. And of course, what do they cost them? 46K plus 40K. So what's that? 95K. And of course, they're expected to earn 222K. So you're going to see bigger players come in and try and close that gap out because otherwise this person will get 4,800 DXN. So see, so that's where they get some competitive tension there to close the arbitrage. Now, what are the Gwei they've been getting? 32. Very good Gwei for the top leaderboard. That was smart. That's kind of on the low end. We had 38 here, 33. So people not doing too badly. Their Gwei has got 40 back up here. But you can definitely see that makes a big deal with the amount of ETH that it costs you to get into DXN. So let's see if we can get another curve up. It's going to be fun as well. Now, don't forget Zen that's going into burning from this. There's only so much Zen on the market. And so that's going to be competing with the FENIX when FENIX launches coming up as well. So we'll talk more about that in a second. Jack Levin made a couple comments about this. Staking on DBZen protocols straight up and to the right. As 90% of daily DXN gets staked for the trust this year bullish. So a lot of people staking that. We just showed you that on the DXN chart there. You can see that chart is the one we were looking at down here, up and to the right. Look at that, beautiful. All right, so that's kind of cool. That is DXN. Let's jump over to some other stuff here. We're going to talk about that in a minute, not quite yet. We'll come up to the XENDoge in a second. So Joe Vlau, obviously, we're talking about a FENIX coming up. This is the big next burner, big killer app, like potentially like DXN. So we will see. They had a lot of testing feedback on Twitter Spaces, so you can definitely watch that. That was only 4 hours ago that finished. Live right now, we want your feedback, so that was kind of cool. So you can go listen to that. I might actually post that. I was thinking about that, but that is definitely cool from Joe Blau, coming any day. Polygon 29th, right? So let's get into the test network. This is what it looks like, of course. And a lot of people are going to be wanting to play on this at the moment. I've done a video on this the other day. on the testnet, but definitely looking cool. And you can see all you have to do is burn some XEN, approve the burn, and that's easy enough. So just burn some XEN there on the chains. Polygon's going to be first up in XEN, and then of course you can start your stake and check your active stakes and stuff like that. So there's a 13-week flush address which gets a copy of all the FENIX that gets minted, and of course if you're around for 13 weeks you'll get access to that. So there's some real nice adoption incentives there. It's going to be interesting to see this project. First big staking protocol. So cool. All right. Joe's got a comment here about the updates. We've got Polygon here, 29th of April is the launch. Then Ethereum, the 13th of May. Binance Smart Chain, so Beez in there, not until the 20th of May. So still a little way off there. So Binance Smart Chain already moving up in price, as you saw. And then, of course, followed by all the other chains, Avalanche, Ethereum, Moonbeam, Evmos, Phantom, Dodge Chain, and OK Chain, May this 27th. So next month's going to be pretty exciting for the ecosystem for FENIX launching that big protocol. We will see how it does. It is a hybrid between many different protocols, so we'll see how it goes there. Now, the other big news to wrap it up here is XENDoge is on X1 Devnet, and of course, there it is, XENDoge.network. It has everything. Burns lots of XEN at 1,000 to 1 ratio. Capped supply 50 billion. Early adopter amplifiers 1,500% now. Real Dodge with real story. Optional donations towards Animal Welfare Fund. Try it on Dex1 and Devnet there. So that is on there, and a lot of people getting excited about that. It will go to all chains. So it's kind of cool. So very bullish there. We'll be live on Ether or not. No, and so lots of people in there. Cool. So the very exciting news around that. Let's have a quick look at that while we're here. So cool. Light paper, home, how it all began, FAQ. So I might do a video on that too. You can burn XEN and get that on the X1 there. So nice. XENDoge, born from the magical ashes of burned XEN on the Ethereum network, brings together kind-hearted Xenicans around the world in its heartfelt pursuit, provide much needed support to animals in need. So that was pretty cool there from Jack Levin. So very cool. All right, remember the X1 is a testnet. It's not the real thing. Just remember that the testnet there. So cool. All right, hope you guys enjoyed that. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. I'll catch you on tomorrow. Look forward to your comments, man. Love your comments. And don't forget, I will respond to them all. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.